making sure that the filing fee gets paid ever since that got implemented. And the man's never embarrassed us. Let's nominate him again.
Hello, my name's Anthony Cristo, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Even though I'm the only person on the ballot for Lieutenant Governor, I want you to vote for me not because I'm the only person, but because I am the best person for Lieutenant Governor. I think Dan Patrick has proven himself to be totally worthless. Yes. Yes, the guy who had the radio show, that guy. Yeah, Danny Gipp. And I have been a Libertarian since 2018. I ran for U.S. Congress in 2018. I ran for U.S. Congress in 2020. And I was very honored to be asked to run for Lieutenant Governor, and I promise that I will do my best to campaign across the state and make sure that my name gets out there and that I'm not just simply a name on the ballot. Thank you.
Did the motion establishing nominating speeches select an order for contested races?
It did not.
I move that we determine the order by flip of a coin by the chair and just let us know what it is.
Does anybody object to that coin toss? Does anybody have a coin?
Ted rhymes with head.
I'll flip a...
Was it?
Hold on a second. I do.
Mr. Chair.
Can you say it now?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
they kind of skipped over really quick Alonzo Echevarria. Can I speak for him real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Please do. Body all right with that?
I won't even take the whole minute. I'll just say that we're being realistic today about a lot of things. Alonzo Echevarria Garza on the ballot in South Texas gives us a lot more votes. Just having that name.
Here,
So please nominate him. Don't note him just because he's not here. Please, thank you.
All right. Ted and Mark. We got Ted
5
is
minutes on the
heads
clock.
and Mark is tails.
Hold on. Oh, you're still flipping.
Oh, no, I'm
Gotcha.
flipping now. No. That's not an order. I'm just saying, I'm looking for you guys, and I was just going to do whatever Ted, Mark, heads, tails. So.
Hey, delegates, Mark Sims, I think we met.
Hold on. We're
It is
determining the
tails.
order right now.
Well,
I thought we'd already done.
yeah, that's what I would call tails. So.
Who's first?
Hold on a second. The problem is it's not a coin, and it's this interpretation. I'm going to declare the state. The problem there is that it's not a real coin, so it's not the heads and the tails. The obverse and the reverse is not obvious, and so I'm going to call the state of Texas, where it says Libertarian Party, the head. I got it. I've got it. Heads. The Texas is the heads, and the state seal is the tail. And it is tails. It is the state seal.
All right, Mr. Sims, you're up first.
So that would be Mark Sims first. Ted Brown closes.
Good afternoon, delegates. I'm going to Washington, or I want to go to Washington, let's put it that way, for one thing, and that's to break the vice grip of the special interest and big money on our politics. That's what's destroying this country. And the way we do that is we pass a constitutional reform amendment to override the Supreme Court on Citizens v. United. I'm for total transparency in all political money. Take issue money, set it aside, unlimited. I get that. But when it comes to buying and owning office holders, I don't believe in that. That's another form of slavery. So I understand the libertarian principle in general is my money, my right to do what I want to with it. But here's a case where an absolute principle kind of conflicts with the reality and the result that we've gotten. So I want to go break the hold of political money on DC. I will run an aggressive, on-the-road race. I've got a plan to raise money, a plan for earned media. I will be out, gun shows, wherever, talking to people. I want to carry the message of liberty and reform to the people. I think that is what they need. They need a vision for what we could be, not just a discussion over what we have been. And that, I would appreciate your vote, your support when we get to that point this afternoon. Thank you.
Jeff Ames, Fort Bend County, speaking on behalf of Mark Sims. Mark and I go back to 1975 when he and I both went through West Point together. And I just want to tell a quick story about Mark at West Point. 1,400 of our classmates selected Mark to lead the Cadet Honor Committee. Right after we got there, there was a huge cheating scandal in the class 2 years in front of us. Everyone wanted to know what had gone wrong at West Point. Why the cheating scandal? Mark, as head of the Honor Committee, figured it out ahead of the Congressional Committee, the Borman Commission, everyone else. He went to see the Commandant first, who didn't want to listen to him. He went to see the Superintendent wouldn't listen to him. While the rest of us were on spring break down at the Florida beaches, Mark went to Washington, D.C., found his way into the Pentagon, showed up at the Secretary of the Army's office unannounced, and sat down to tell him what he thought was wrong with the Cadet Honor Code and West Point and what reforms needed to be implemented. 10 years later, West Point quietly instituted those reforms. Mark is a reformer, he is an action guy, he is a thinker, he is a doer. We need to put him on the ticket and let him lead this party to success. Jeff Ames, Fort Bend County.
Bob King, Comal County. I'd like to use my minute to advocate for the kind of campaign I think Mark is going to run. He's going to be a full-time candidate for the next 6 months. He will raise money. He has a plan to monetize the last 10 years of donor data, and he's a successful individual who has circles of influence that can be outside of this room in raising money. He will spend the next 6 months on the road speaking from Texarkana to El Paso, running for the Senate. He has a strategy for earned media. He will have political assistance from professionals. He'll be an aggressive, visible candidate. He'll be spreading the gospel of liberty. He'll be actively engaging and converting Republicans and Democrats to vote Libertarian. That's why I think you should support Mark Sims. Thank you.
Ryan Woodcraft from El Paso County. All right. Hey, so a little bit of story on me. 4 years ago, I joined LPTexas as a recovering Republican and a warmonger. You accepted me with open arms and taught me a lot along the way. So I want to give a shout out to Dave Marino, Nathan Polsky. I'm not quite Ancapistan yet, but he's working on it, right? I love you too. Every time I'm here, I meet great people, I learn new things, and my perspective changes just a little bit. But this body took a chance on me, brought me in. I ran for county commissioner, got 6.8%, ran for school board and won, and now I'm here.
Yes.
That brings me to this. I was an outsider that you brought in, you took a chance and it worked. And I think Mark Sims is some fresh blood with some fresh perspective and some fresh ideas. Is he solid down the line libertarian principles? Libertarians aren't solid down the line on libertarian principles. So we can have that conversation. But because of that, I'm asking, you took a chance on me, now I'm asking you to take a chance on Mark Sims.
We got 10 seconds left. I don't see anybody else at the mic. I think it's time for
Let's switch to Mr. Brown and his supporters.
Ted Brown ran for this same office, U.S. Senate, 2 years ago. So he has name recognition for this go-around, and I can tell you that's an important thing in an election. Not only that, he's already paid the filing fee. In addition, I've known him since 1983, and he has done so much. I believe he's currently the coordinator for candidates here in Texas, and I know that he knows the short answers to the tough questions, which is really important in a candidate because they don't give you much time. His website is overtly libertarian, and I think he would really do us proud. And he's a very experienced campaigner, and that means an awful lot. And I'm going to turn the mic over.
Hi, I'm Scott Horton from Williamson County. I'm here to endorse Ted for this Senate seat. When I first started palling around with the Austin Libertarian Party people about 20 years ago, when Michael Badnarik was running for president, I think it was Wes Benedict, but I'm not sure. Somebody told me the story of how there was this Japanese guy who came to hang around with the Austin Libertarian Party. And he was really good on everything. Check all the boxes: property rights, hard money, free markets, and gay marriage and all that, but not guns. He was from Japan, and he just couldn't get his head around the idea that you're going to let a regular guy own a gun and not just the cops. He just couldn't do it. So they told him, sorry, pal, there's the door. Around here, this issue is one that we absolutely do not compromise on. There's no such thing as a libertarian who's for gun control, or a libertarian who's for fractional reserve banking, or a libertarian who's for aggressive war. And that is why I'm urging all factions of all opinions in this room to come together to support Ted Brown. And he told me already earlier today, he's a little bit sorry about the way things have gone in the past with some of the faction fighting. But it's important that everybody in this room unite and let it be known. No one who supports aggressive war could possibly represent the Libertarian Party of the state of Texas or any state in the United States of America. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mary and Scott. How many people here have run for office as Libertarian candidates? Please raise your hands. See, there's a lot of people in the room. Thank you very much, and please give an applause to everyone who's run for office as a Libertarian. I believe it's incredibly important to run Libertarians for as many public offices as we can at any level, federal, state, local, whatever, and it's been the main focus of my activism over the last 40 years is to recruit as many Libertarian candidates as I can for as many offices as I can. I think it's very important. We have to be there or the voters have no idea that there's a Libertarian alternative out there against the duopoly of the Democrats and Republicans. That's why the Senate race in Texas is so important this year. This is the biggest office in the country, along with governor, that will have a Libertarian candidate in the whole country because there's no presidential race and because of our population. We need to have a principled Libertarian candidate, an experienced Libertarian candidate who can answer every question from a Libertarian perspective, whether it's personal freedom, economic freedom, or a non-interventionist foreign policy, an anti-war foreign policy. That is a fundamental issue in this campaign, and it's getting to be more fundamental when the president says he wants to bomb a country into the Stone Age, which means nuclear war. We just can't have that out there without vigorous opposition, and the Democrats don't seem to do much except for send strongly worded letters. So, yeah, we've got to be out there advocating for peace. I've been going to anti-war rallies. I was even got some news coverage the other day from a CBS local reporter when I was at an anti-war rally in Austin. And I think that that's going to be a fundamental focus. But every issue, I'm very much for personal freedom, economic freedom, and the non-interventionist foreign policy. We need Libertarian candidates who will do that. And if people choose not to vote for me for Senate, at least I've gotten the word out there to let people know there is a Libertarian alternative on social media, giving speeches, whatever. And they might say, well, I'm not going to vote for a senator, but I'm going to vote for one of the down ticket candidates. And we have 3 state house candidates who would be excellent for people to vote for if they just are afraid to give their vote to a third party candidate for a major office like this. But getting out there to know that we're there. And the only time most voters are interested is in election year, near election time. If we aren't there on the ballot, if we aren't out there campaigning, no one's going to know we even exist. So please, I have done this a lot of times. I know how to answer every question from a Libertarian perspective. I'm well informed. I retired a few months ago. And I can spend full time on this campaign, which I couldn't last time. So I urge you to vote for me, Ted Brown, for U.S. Senate. Thank you.
Jack, Mr. Westbrook?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. Jack Westbrook from Randall County, and if it pleases the body, I'd like to request a bio break at this time.
Okay, we have a request to recess for how long?
10 minutes, I'm
For
sorry.
10 minutes. Is there any objection to a 10-minute break? Would we want to, okay, we can do that. We could also just go ahead and vote and then take a break while they're counting the votes. But are you cool with that? Does that work for you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. If you're cool with that, then I think we can knock this out pretty quickly, especially if you'll indulge me. In the uncontested races, I'd like to just do that by raised hands. Every race includes a NOTA opportunity, so we'll just show vote for the candidate and then a vote for NOTA, and then we'll move on. And Secretary's going to take notes. I didn't do that. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. Yeah, right. Just so y'all will know from a technical point of view, the main thing that causes that, if we have these runners down here holding the cables down and stuff, don't step on that. Step over that, because one of the main causes of that is somebody put a boot heel right on one of those wires, and that's not friendly. That's aggressive. So don't do that. Step over the yellow lines. Okay. I don't have a list of the races. Do you have a list? I don't have the list in front of me, so Secretary is going to feed me names, and we'll just go in the order that she gives them to me. First one up is Mr. Pat Dixon running for governor of the great state of Texas. All in favor of nominating Pat Dixon for governor? And on the other hand, who wants to vote for NOTA? Okay, unanimous for Pat. That's good. Who's next? Next batter up, Anthony Cristo. How many people want to see Anthony Cristo in government? Yeah. Okay. How many people would rather not? No. Okay. Tom Oxford for AG. Anybody would be better than what we've got, but Tom Oxford would be a good one. Who's in? Tom Oxford for AG. Okay. Who wants to vote for NOTA? Got it. Okay, we're going with Alonzo E. Garza, Echeverria, I think it was, or close to that. So Alonzo Garza for Controller of Public Accounts. All in favor? Anybody who'd rather have NOTA? Okay, that's one more. Neil Snyder, Commissioner of General Land Office. Neil Snyder for GLO Commissioner. All in? NOTA? Put those hands down. Okay, NOTA? Good, we're good. Unanimous. Austin Kelly, Ag Commissioner. Hands down. NOTA. Nobody. Next. Art DeBianca for Railroad Commissioner. Art DeBianca, Railroad Commissioner. I like it. I like it. NOTA. All right. Mark Ash, Judge, Criminal Court of Appeals, place 3. Oh yeah. Mark Ash. Pretty good. Okay, down. NOTA. Not seeing it. Now, we have this thing about a contested race for Senate, so we're going to go to a secret ballot or private ballot. We will be using OPA vote, as is our custom, for the, y'all contain the chat back there, please. We'll be using OPA vote for our voting mechanism, as we usually do in these matters. If you have a problem with electronic voting or don't have your phone or some other device on which you could be contacted at your email address, we will have a limited number of paper ballots available for you. Ballot will include Ted Brown, Mark Sims, and NOTA. If you mark NOTA, you cannot mark a candidate. So it's either none of the above, or it's one or both. We're doing approval, or on one-to-one, do we just go head-to-head? I mean, does it matter? I mean, if it's a requirement. Sorry, I don't need to have it before, and then you want to know that. Yeah, gotta have it noted. But is it gonna grade as an approval voting or as a head-to-head? I'm gonna do it. Okay. Okay, the ballot is set up as an approval voting ballot. Does anybody have an objection to that? I do not hear or see an objection, so we'll run an approval vote. 2 candidates and NOTA, so 3 candidates, I guess. As soon as we can get that queued up, we'll send the emails out, and then if you need a paper ballot, please come to see the secretary. Just let me know when it's in the wild. Oh, yeah, that's fine. There's no particular reason why anybody would have to wait until the emails go out. So if you want to go ahead and consider this, let's stand at ease, take a recess. If you need a bio break, whatever, that's fine. Just keep an eye on your phone or whatever, and when you get back to the room, just ask if anybody knows if the email went out yet or not.
I can interrupt him and his wife. I mean, I'm sort of, what's it? If I get nominated, I'm going to decline the nomination. So.
to release, I'm going to clarify now that what I'm, in the spirit of the bylaw amendment that we passed, I'm going to release the 4 votes. Everything else will be recorded in the minutes. If you're curious, you can check that out when the minutes are published. But what we end up with for the results of this election is that Ted Brown is our winner with 83 votes. Mark Sims, 39 votes. Noda picked up 7 votes. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Anybody object to giving Ted 1 minute for a victory lap and just a... Okay, Ted. We're actually ahead of schedule, if you can believe that. I don't.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, thank you all very much. I really appreciate your support. And Mark, I hope you stay in the party. I think go ahead and run for state executive committee, because I think you have a lot of good ideas about running the party and how to expand our reach and everything. But meanwhile, let's get out in this election, speak out for liberty, speak out for our principles.
Request for information,
Sir?
and only if the Secretary has this number available. I know we just passed an amendment to our bylaws concerning NOTA. Were any ballots spoiled because of our new bylaws? Do we know?
No.
Yay! Team! Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. How about that? All right. Mark, I have to say that idea of you running for select is not the worst idea I ever heard. But we now move to the point in our program where we elect our party officers. I'll be running the first part of that. We will, as our custom is, we will start with the treasurer's office, then the secretary, then the vice chair, and chair, one at a time, and we'll ballot separately. I'll hand the gavel over to Jesse Cowart for the chair race, but I'll run everything else up to that. So at this point, we'd be ready for a motion to nominate our party treasurer. Anybody want to nominate a treasurer? We really need a treasurer. It's a state law thing.
I move to nominate Robert Radford for LPTexas treasurer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aaron Ramos, Harris County Chair. I move to nominate Mike Coogan.
Thank you. Do we have any other nominations for treasurer? I don't hear anything, so I'm going to move to close the nominations. Do we need to do that, or can I just close the nominations? Okay, nobody's saying anything, so I'm going to say the okay. I don't think there's any objection in closing nominations. So does anybody want to move for nomination speeches for the treasurers? Treasurer candidates.
I move that once all people have been nominated for officer positions, that for each officer position to which candidates were nominated, 5 minutes be allotted per candidate for nominating speeches, with 2 minutes allotted to the candidate's speech and 3 minutes allotted to those wishing to speak in their favor, with speeches delivered in reverse order of how they will appear on the ballot, and 2 minutes allotted for speeches supporting NOTA.
Okay.
I'll send you that language, Christy.
Is there any objection to that framework? I don't hear any objection. What was that last part? That was the 2 minutes?
2 minutes for NOTA.
2 minutes for?
For none of the above.
Oh, for NOTA. 2 minutes for NOTA. Okay. That'll work. That should work. So
it's basically 2 minutes for Carol to speak.
We're doing these one at a time, so at this point it would be in order for our treasurer candidates and their supporters to approach the microphone. Do we need to pick an order, or are we just first one to the mic?
Point of order. The motion was that after nominations for all officer positions have concluded, that we do nominating speeches.
Sorry about that. Thought we were doing these one at a time. Okay, so then we still need some nominations. At this point, we'd be looking for nominations for secretary.
Darren Pollock, Guadalupe County, and I nominate Nolan Schmidt.
Yeah.
For secretary. of LPTexas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Are there any other nominations for party secretary? Don't see or hear anything. We now look for nominations for vice chair.
Pat Dixon, Travis County. I nominate Paul Dar for vice chair.
Anastasia Wilford, Denton County. I nominate Scott Talley for vice chair.
All right. Do we have any other nominations for vice chair? Okay, we move to nominations for chair.
Mike Coogan from Harris County. I would like to nominate Michelle Widgington for chair.
Okay, Joe Roberts. Thank you very much. Joe Roberts for chair. I'm sorry, Joe Roberts? Michelle Wigington. Man, I don't know how I got that. I heard the Michelle is Joe. Michelle Wigington. Michael Coogan has nominated Michelle Wigington for chair.
In my defense, they told me I had 4 minutes.
Okay, any other chair nominations?
Yes, I would like to rise to nominate my good friend and the incumbent, Andrew Ameling.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Next.
Jack Westbrook from Randall County, and I rise to nominate Jacob Bradley for chair.
All right, sounds good. Do we have any other nominations? Going once, going twice. All right, we'll close the nominations for chair, and we will proceed to speechifying, starting with the treasurer. Are we going to run all the speeches before we do any of the votes?
Yes.
Okay, that just checking. That's what I thought. Okay, treasurer candidates. Somebody approach a microphone.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robert Radford. I'm running for treasurer.
Robert, sorry, but
into the microphone, please.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm one of the taller people here.
Right.
Anyhow, Robert Radford running for treasurer. Let's start with a quick poll. Who here likes financial statements, balance sheets, income statement, and stuff like that? All right, well, anybody with their hand down is probably the smarter bunch than the rest of us, right? So, been with the party for about 6 years at the county level, and just recently in the past year and a half started attending some of the more statewide, the state functions with the leadership, and decided that there needed to be a change in the treasurer because of the lack of, I would say, participation from them. So after I finished my master's degree in accounting back in December 24, I decided that, hey, this would be a good time for me to kind of get a little bit more involved. So currently I'm a senior manager for accounting, a senior manager of accounting for a $500 million company. Ooh, excuse me. And what I do is accounting. That is what I do day in and day out. So that's why I feel like I'd be the best person to help you guys out with taking over this position and making sure all the books keep in order and all the payments get made. If there's anything else, that'd be it.
That brings us to 3 minutes for people to speak in favor of Robert Radford.
Yes, my name is John Wilford, Denton County. I just want to take a minute to speak in favor of Robert Radford. I've seen a lot of treasurers come through. I've been a treasurer of this party. Robert Radford impressed me right off the bat with a request that I don't often see but is very important to me and a treasurer's candidate. He came into the position and immediately asked to see the state of our books and our financials so he could make an informed decision about what he was getting into and what he needed to do moving forward. He looked over it, he considered it, and he has decided to grace us by running for this position. I think that was an important starting off step, and I think he is more than qualified for the position. So for that reason, I would like to support him.
All right.
Jeff Miller from Brazos County. I echo everything John said and would like to say that Robert Radford sounds a lot like Robert Redford, and I think if we issue a press release saying Robert Radford has been elected our new treasurer, enough media might make a typo that people think Robert Redford had, and we'll get a lot more attention. So for all the good reasons plus my bad reason, please vote for Robert Radford for treasurer.
I like it. That's marketing outside the box, right? Thinking outside the box. Okay.
I would also like to add In addition to the fact that he came in and he said, I want to take a look at our books because I want to know if I get elected what I'm getting into. He started showing up to select meetings. The man wasn't even elected. That's an unusual thing for us to see. There are a handful of people in this room who have done it, and God bless you. I did it too, but God bless you. He started paying attention. He demonstrated that he cared about this party even if he didn't have a voice or a vote. That man begged to join anything that needed work. And so I put forward a motion to add him to the policy committee, even though we were pretty well done with the work that we had. And yet, he took the time to review our governing documents, which is something that is hard to get people to do. And he came informed to our meetings. I was impressed with him so immediately that I cannot help but, after watching how absolutely thorough that he's been, but support Robert Radford for treasurer. With nobody else seeking to be recognized, I think we can move on to the other candidate.
I'll speak real quick, if
Go
that's okay. If we got
You have
time
30
left.
seconds.
I just want to say, whenever Robert started coming around, he reached out to several members of the party and had conversations with us. He asked about the state of the party. He asked about the state of our books and what was going good, what was going bad, and really came into this seeking to be truly informed before even officially considering this position. He knows what a mess some of our stuff is, and he's still willing to take the job, and God bless you, sir.
There you go.
Right.
All right, this is going to be 2 minutes for... That's 2 minutes for Mr. Coogan to speak for himself.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Nearly everybody in this room. I'll wait. So nearly everybody in this room knows who I am. Appreciate it. I'm Mike Coogan. I've been a member of this party since 1989, which is quite a while. I'm on SLEC for 4 years. Anyone who's served with me on SLEC knows that I have a laser focus on the numbers, and all of our numbers are public, right? They're all published. We know exactly where the state of the party is, and it's important for the treasurer to communicate that with the SLEC, who is responsible for making decisions around how that works. You know, I could go through a bunch of stuff: honors MBA, finance. I've spent well over $500 million, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the bottom line is, I know how this party operates. I've been doing it for a very long time. I know how Harris operates. I know how National operates, because it's all public, right? So I'm here to do a job. It's not a political job. It is absolutely functional, and that's show up, run the debit card, say, that's the implication of your decision, that's the implication of your decision, to make sure everyone who makes a choice on how to spend our money understands the implications, benefits, and costs of making that choice. And I've been doing that for years in an unofficial capacity.
You good? All right.
That brings us to 3 minutes for people to speak in favor of Mr. Coogan.
Aaron Ramos again. Mike Coogan, who I served with on Select, who I have the pleasure of being on the CEC with and have worked tirelessly with, has been excellent at forecasting some of the situations we've been in for the past few years. He saw exactly when National was going to be insolvent before they ended up having to sell the building. He knew where we're going, and he knows exactly how to forecast it. Not only is he reading the numbers and what has gone in the past, he can look to the future and give us accurate predictions based on hard numbers of what we're doing, how we're doing it, and that is something that you can't put a value on. Thank you.
Anybody else going to speak? Here comes Noda.
All right. I'm not Noda for Mike.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you, I'm not Noda for Mike. What I can say about Mike and what I will second what Aaron said. It was over 2, maybe 3 years ago. Mr. Burns had started explaining about our finance. I think we all look like deer in headlights. I was hearing Mike speak, and he was explaining it, and he went, "Oh God, oh God." He kept saying, "Oh God, oh God." And I did not understand because I'm not a financial kind of person. But he saw it. I guess you could say he saw it in the print. When I started in the Libertarian Party, we were in red. And when I say red, we were red, really red. And then we had good years of raising money, and we were in the black. But then when I heard Mike saying, "Oh God, all I know, I don't want to go back into the red zone."
With nobody else seeking to be recognized regarding the candidates, I would like to speak about Noda. I love Noda. I really do. I think it is a critical part of the structure of the Libertarian Party. However, for the party to exist, we have to have a treasurer. The means by which we establish a campaign treasurer for the purpose of filing campaign finance reports, which are required by TEC for us to continue to exist as a general political action committee, we have to have one. For the love of God, please don't vote Noda.
Great. Okay. At this point, our next step would be to hear from our candidate for secretary. It's an unopposed race, but how about 2 minutes for our secretary candidate? Yeah.
All right, so good afternoon, fellow delegates and members of LPTexas. My name is Nolan Schmidt, and I'm running for secretary of LPTexas. Originally, I planned on running for an officer position in the next election cycle, but after suggestions by a few members, as well as finding out that no one was running for secretary, I decided to throw my hat in the ring. Why do I want to take the step up into this particular role in LPTexas? That's simple. I want to continue the amazing organization work that has been done by Chrissy Ford, Anastasia Wilford, Stephanie Berlin, and the numerous secretaries before them. I've been told by members of my county affiliate, LP Guadalupe, as well as my county chair, Darren Pollock, that I am a pro at keeping our county documents in check and order, as well as getting them in time or even earlier as followed by our party's bylaws. I would like to bring my timing and dedication to our state affiliates. I would like to ask for your support and vote for secretary, and I promise I will keep our party's minutes, documents, and forms in order, as well as work well with my fellow officers, as well as the staff in doing so. Thank you.
I rise in support of Nolan Schmidt for LPTexas secretary. The man is organized. He values timeliness and cooperation. I genuinely believe he's going to do a killer job. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. And Ms. Wilford was no. She would know. She knows how this works, so how that role works. We will now move to our vice chair candidates, Scott Talley and Paul Dar.
Hello, everybody. I'm sure most of y'all know who I am by now. I've been helping y'all put on this convention and taking on all the stress so y'all don't have any. I'd like to do the same thing as an officer, vice chair, work with whichever chair gets elected. I don't see an issue with any of them that are running, honestly. I think all of them would do the job well, and I'm going to be there to support them. Of course, I mentioned before, some of y'all know about my plan to get a youth outreach program off the ground within LPTexas. I would definitely spend some time making sure that happens. And I'll do whatever it takes to get this recruitment back up and fill this room up in 2028.
Jeff Miller, Brazos County. I rise in support of Scott Talley for vice chair. And I'd like to say, last night we heard from Mary Ruart about how we need passion back in the Libertarian Party. Mr. Talley has that passion. I think anybody who has heard from him knows that, and we need more of that. I have nothing against Paul. I love Paul, and I know he will be a part of the party regardless of whether he wins vice chair, and we'll be doing lots of things anyway. But he'll still be in plenty of roles that will help the party, but I like to see Scott have that position to be really somebody who is kind of the dog nipping at the heels of the chair, whoever that is, to stay on task on those things that we all support. So please support Scott Talley for vice chair. Thank you.
Nathan Sims, Williamson County. I just wanted to let you guys know, I read all these reports that you all put out for us, and Williamson County is a pretty big county. We're pretty active. We've had several chairs since I've been active there, and Scott has been by far the hardest working chair we've ever had, and that's unanimously supported in our county as far as I understand. The other thing is, if you look at this sheet, Scott is one of 2 people that voted on 100% of the select votes. The other one being Mr. Nolan Schmidt over there, who, good luck, Nolan, we're rooting for you. But I love Paul to death. I get his good mornings every morning, and he's amazing. I'm sure he would be a great vice chair, but I think we should give Scott a chance because he is a very hardworking person, and we do need to recruit young people. I was young when I became a libertarian, and now I'm old, and I don't see a whole lot of young libertarians anymore. So I really hope that we can just support Scott to do this. Thank you very much.
RJ Pace from McLennan County, speaking in favor of Scott. Again, I echo everything that they just said as well. And Paul, I think you're a great guy as well. And you've been doing some great things at national level. And I think his voice would be better on the national level. While Scott here in Texas already has some great ideas that I back. And I believe that he is the best choice moving forward. Thank you.
Looks like that completes the speaking part for that. So, Mr. Dar, you're up.
Most of you already know me. I'm running for vice chair here. I have had a great opportunity, as Scott and I have talked many times over the past little bit as we've both been running for vice chair. Currently, I'm the vice chair of the National Committee, which is not as pleasant of an experience as it is working on the state committee. As an understatement. And I would like you to demote me from being on the National Committee and for my time to end.
It's a promotion.
It is a promotion to come back to state and do stuff, and that's where I want to be. I want to have something that makes me happy and working for the party again. And it has, while I do put in a lot of work for the National Committee, I find that my work here at the state level, at the county level, is a lot more rewarding, and I would like the opportunity to do so. Some of the most important things for us to work forward, we know things aren't great in a lot of areas, but it's going to take a lot of work for us to move forward. We can do that. We can build membership. We can get more candidates out there, despite what the state is putting on us as far as candidates. We can build that fundraising. We can work together to make all of that happen. We can continue the iterative work we've had in the legislative sessions of having somebody there and being able to get so much good done and getting even legislation introduced. Maybe next time we'll actually be able to get it passed. We're just moving that goalpost, not moving the goalpost, we're moving the ball forward on the field every time. I think we can do that here in Texas. I hope to support one of the chair candidates in doing that. Whoever should win it. How I run as vice chair is I try to support them the best that I can. If I have a disagreement, I'll go back and we'll fight it out behind doors there, and then I come out and support the chair and the best in the decision that is made and move forward from there to not divide things. Thank you.
Yes, John Wilford, Denton County. I want to start off by saying every great thing that was said about Paul Dar earlier, I completely agree with, and I want to echo that about Scott Talley. I think we have one of the situations that we have in this party where we have two great candidates, and I love that for us. However, I didn't come up here to talk about everybody. I came up here to talk about Paul. So I want to do that. I think there's a lot that could be said about Paul for the reason that he's especially appropriate for the office of vice chair. One, we know that he knows how to take the gavel in case of need. Two, we know he has experience at this position with a large body, being the national committee. However, I think the best endorsement I could give of him has already happened at this very convention. This is the only time I'm aware of that we got through the entire bylaws report. And that was... At best, it is a rare time. Either way, that was under the leadership of Paul Dar, and I would like to see him continue to lead us for the next 2 years. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessie Coward. I am the current vice chair of the Libertarian Party of Texas, and I enthusiastically endorse Paul Dar to take the torch. I have served with Paul on this body for a number of years. I've also served with him on the Libertarian National Committee. The man is a machine. I joke with him sometimes. He calls me every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, like clockwork. How are you doing? Just checking in. How can I help you? How can I support you? How are you feeling? He truly cares not only about the party, but the people in it. When I say he's a machine, I also joke with him that I don't know that he sleeps. He's kind of a vampire. I don't know. But there is no one who works harder for the party, who takes a balanced approach to all things. I can't endorse Paul enough. He is one of my favorite human beings, as well as members of this party. I enthusiastically endorse Paul Dar.
Kate Prather here. I am also in support of Paul Dar in this position. When I was traveling to Freedom Fest and LibertyCon, Liberty International, name it, I've been there. I've seen Dr. Mary Ruwart there as well, and Scott Horton, and we've had a good time. But the person I saw consistently at all of those functions and supporting libertarian values, especially as the vice chair, was Paul Dar. And LPTexas is such a large body. We need that same representation outside of our state, and he was willing to do it. And if he was willing to do it then, I have a feeling he's gonna be willing to do it now. I've seen him out there. I've seen him talk to other people, seen him talk to donors outside of Texas, and he has done an amazing job. So I've seen it not just here with SLEC, but also outside the state. So thank you.
Is that time? Is that time?
That's time.
Okay. We're good to move to the chair, so Ms. Cowart will take over.
Good afternoon. We would like to open the nominations for Libertarian Party Texas Chair at this time.
Nominations have already happened.
Oh, yeah. Wait, speeches. That's right. I'm so sorry. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to accept the speeches in the order in which people were nominated. If that is okay with everyone, the person who was nominated first was Michelle Wigington.
Hello, I'm Michelle Wigington. A lot of you know me. It's great to see everybody again. For those that don't, I joined the Libertarian Party back in 2020, and ever since I've been traveling the great state of Texas fighting for liberty. And if elected, I plan to serve this body with boots on the ground at my own expense. I'll be at your events. I will be in your counties. I will be in Austin. I will support your candidates. I will be here to serve the will of this body. Thank you.
Mike Coogan, Harris County again. I'll keep this really short. We spent a lot of time talking about how much trouble you're in, or we are in. Michelle has been faithfully serving this body for years and years and years, and above everything else has a very positive outlook and will help grow this party and make sure it continues in relevance.
Michelle has brought new donors on a few of our fundraising events, and it was their first time they were ever exposed to libertarian ideals, and unfortunately they're not with us. I wish they would stay, but the fact is the seed was planted. That's all it takes. The seed is planted, and they donated to us, the Libertarian Party. If we can get a chair to get people who are not even libertarians to donate, that'd be awesome.
I've known Michelle for a long time now. She's been very active in Dallas County, helping us at Pride Festival, parades, block walking, you name it. If you need someone, she's always there for you. So she has my full endorsement.
It's really strange.
How many chair candidates are willing to get arrested for the cause?
All right, is everybody done speaking in favor? Oh,
Got
sorry.
one more. Oh, no. This is Sean.
I just want to add to the arresting part is, I mean, we all see like these people on the internet stand up for their principles and in the face of armed people that are trying to enforce these unlawful orders or unjust laws on us. And, you know, we all like to think that in the face of that we would stand up to these tyrants. But Michelle did. And Michelle has done it and over again. And that's the kind of person I want as a chair. I want someone who walks the walk, not just talks the talk.
Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of Michelle? All right, looks like that has closed. And so we would now give the mic to Mr. Amelang to make his speech.
Thank you, Ms. Cowart. I don't have a speech. I don't have a prepared remarks to make. I have, however, been spamming you all week with written material, lining out why I'm running again, even though I kind of didn't want to, and what I intend to do about it. There's paperwork on your tables that contains the same information. Meanwhile, I can give you the short summary. This party was traumatized in the 21-22 era with a huge factional dispute. It wounded a lot of people, made a lot of people bitter, angry, and we've been dealing with the aftershocks of that ever since. It is only in this last term, under my leadership, that we have tamped down that fire to a manageable level and started the process of unifying this party against the outside world. It's time to stop with the circular firing squad, the internal focus, the who can out-libertarian the other libertarian bullshit, and get into engaging the public outside of this chamber and winning hearts and minds. That's what we need to do. That's why I'm running again, because the project's not finished. We got the part where some people, quit or left or whatever because they didn't want to play with other people they didn't like. And now we're at a foundation that we can grow from. I think we're in a good position to do that. I know that I have the party experience, the leadership experience, business management experience, and the life experience to lead this party into growth and success, and that's what I'm about. I'm going to yield the rest of my time to these guys.
Well, I did come with prepared remarks. It is my pleasure to endorse Andrew Amelang for a second term as LPTexas State Chair, despite coming into his term with a party in shambles. He has held his head high and worked with anyone earnestly working toward the good of the party, no matter where they land on the spectrum of libertarianism. While I have respect for all of the candidates running for chair this term, Andrew is the only sensible choice. Unlike Michelle, he stuck to it even when things were difficult and when it seemed like people who should have been his closest allies turned their backs on him. Being a select member isn't easy. But if a person can't make it through a term on select and rage quits because people don't agree with them, how can we ever expect them to make it through the trials that come with being a chair, which are so many more? I love you, Jacob, and I frankly think you're the best contender for chair here. But you're still not the right choice, not this term. You can run against me next time. Jacob sticks with it and he makes himself available, but unlike Andrew, he does not have the capacity to bring people together en masse. Certainly not as long as he continues to be the state organizer for the Mises Caucus. Andrew has remained outside the fray of faction matters and has even advocated, rightfully so, that our membership put aside their factions to work together toward one party with one mission: to drag the state of Texas kicking and fucking screaming toward freedom for all. Andrew for chair.
You're going to have to forgive me. My speech is neither written down nor as long-winded as my wife's. But I do want to highlight something important that is happening right now in this party. This is the first contested candidate that me and my wife agree on. So there's some unification already happening. Guys, I'm going to point out the elephant in the room. I think there are 3 distinct candidates that are divided by very distinct lines. There's an MC candidate, there's an AMC candidate, and there's a unification candidate. We need to look around this room, see where we're at, and decide if we want to keep fighting or put the swords away and all work together. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I get the unique privilege of getting to see Andrew behind the curtain. And what you see here is what he is at home. He works hard, he cares about unity, and does not let up. He is a long-term, skin-in-the-game libertarian. I've seen it. It encourages me every day to be a better libertarian, and I think he is best for this body at this time. And I have complete faith that he will continue to do that should you elect him. Thank you.
I'd also like to speak in favor of Andrew for chair.
We're out of time.
Well, you know I want to speak in favor of him then.
All right, I think it's back to you.
It's a thought that counts. Get that
Okay. All right, and we would now like to recognize Mr. Jacob Bradley. Sure.
I would like to point out I am the first candidate to face y'all as I give my speech. And I wrote a speech. 72 spelling errors, but I'm reading it, so I know what it says. All right. Insanity can be defined as doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. LPTexas is at a crossroad. Do we do the same thing we have done and expect for it to go from 0.4% to a win? I refuse to accept that. I'm not here because I thought it would be fun to be part of a social club, traveling once a quarter across the state to spend 8 hours jerking each other off and giving each other meaningless awards because I want to feel important. I am here to fight because I want my kids and their kids to live in a freer country. We have sat by and nominated candidates that cannot be bothered enough to make a website, allowed members of our governing body to miss 70% of online business, allowed a member of the Credentials Committee to unjustly try to disaffiliate a county, and prioritized people whining from the nosebleeds over those who are actually doing work in this party. This party should reward active counties, not accuse them of photoshopping paperwork and sending them time and time again back to their county clerk's office just to claim that a video that the chair sent in was not good enough to stay affiliated. We have a candidate run today who proactively used his IT background to contact the delegates of this convention, demonstrating the kind of active campaign he intended to run. In response to his hard work, he received accusations from members of this state executive committee that he unethically obtained party data. And we wonder why so few candidates run as libertarians every year. This is not a social club or an experiment in LARPing. This is a political movement built by giants whose shoulders we stand on. They fought to make this legitimate movement, and we have let it slip through our fingers because the work is hard and the rewards seem non-existent.
That's time.
Mr. Bradley, it's time. Sorry.
Oh, can I, one more thing? I withdraw my nomination and throw my full support behind Andrew Ameling.
Madam Chair, I seek to be recognized for one thing. I knew that Jacob was going to withdraw his nomination when I nominated him. And so I just rise to let all of you know that the reason that I did that, and I thought what he had to say was important. I love Jacob Bradley because he has the interest of this party in mind. In everything that he does, he works his butt off for us. And yeah, he pisses people off, and yeah, he rubs people the wrong way sometimes. But you know what? When I want to know what's going on, I check with Jacob, and he knows what's happening, and he helps me out a whole lot. And that's why I did what I did. There's no faction for me, and I also support Mr. Amelek.
All right, so here's how this is going to go down. We are going to send out one ballot, and it is going to have multiple contests on it. Sure. Joe Roberts. I thought he didn't get nominated. Oh. I was
That's
like,
out
oh,
of
did I
order.
mess up again?
He already withdrew.
Go to sleep. Okay. Rob? All right. We good? Okay. All right. All right. So we are going to send out a ballot, and it will have multiple contests on that ballot. So there will be treasurer, there will be secretary, there will be vice chair, and then there will be chair. And so you will have the, candidates nota for each one of those. So it'll be all on one ballot, separate contests. And then for those who are seeking to get a paper ballot, we will get those printed out and have those available for you here shortly.
Right, but I already printed the other two names on them, so now they need to be scratched off the paper ballots.
For the paper ballot.
Oh, okay, for the
We
paper
can go ahead
ballots.
and send you.
Oh, as far as Jacob?
For chair, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for the paper ballot, folks, the paper ballots were printed before Jacob Bradley. And then Joe actually didn't get nominated. So what we are going to do is, if we can, scratch out those names on the paper ballots and ignore our chicken scratches.
Thank you, Jesse.
Request for information.
Yes?
Just want to make sure, under our newly adopted rule in elections, since this is an internal party election, there's going to be a separate nota for each race. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Each campaign, I forget how it says race on the thing. Well, each category will have its own nota block for those candidates.
This is going to take longer, and I'm sorry, but it's going to be cleaner and more organized. I move that a separate ballot be sent out for each office.
Ooh, okay. Is there a second to that motion? Okay. What?
Because what you're going to end up with,
We have an issue that the ballots have already been sent out, so we're essentially in the middle of voting at this time. I would have to rule that out of order, I think. Is there, unless
All right.
somebody...
point of information, did the secretary randomize the names on that? Yes. So what we're going to end up with is 4 separate nota options scattered about.
No, it says contest 1, chair election.
Okay.
The chair nominations and nota. Contest 2, vice chair election, the vice chair nominations plus nota.
Understood.
Okay.
So it should be, each nota should only go for each race.
Right.
And
Isn't that
if you
correct?
have it online, the extra people were taken off.
Is this... Okay, okay. Okay, I think we're all on the same page here. We got that sorted. So please attend to your email or come get a paper ballot.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes, sir.
This is more a reminder. On the races right now, it says you may select the number or more choices, and it says the full number. I just want to remind everyone, if you select all the choices, your ballot will be invalidated. So
Right.
even though it says that on the ballot, don't do it.
NOTA means none. That's the only legitimate NOTA vote is NOTA with, and don't mark the candidates in that race.
Point of personal privilege, if I may. This is not a true Texas state convention because we have not done the most Texas thing ever. The stars at night are big and bright,
deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse coming from him.
That was not bad.
Yes.
Point of information.
Yeah. Oh, you want to announce that? I believe that's the case. I think for SLEC, it's an eligibility requirement, and so just before the election. Yeah. You want me to? Yeah. Hey, just a reminder at this point, the clock's ticking. If you have any interest in being a national delegate, going to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and doing the LNC thing, that is expiring at 5 o'clock, and that is coming up fast. So once you get your vote in, scoot over to that form and sign up for national delegate. People considering running for SLEC, that does not have a specific time deadline. It's just an eligibility requirement. So as long as you get that thing in before we actually move into voting for SLEC members, then you'll be okay. You get that in. Wait, I'm about to be corrected. No, I'm not. Okay, yeah. As long as we get the SLEC interest form in before we go to business tomorrow, you'll be okay.
I do want to point out to everybody that per our bylaws change, that does not apply to national delegates. So get that in today by 5.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, here.
Didn't go my way, but
Here,
I appreciate the sentiment.
That's true. Although they were, but it wasn't that bad at all. Unless it was really bad, especially. that's something that we might want to consider about the pricing. So just about convention by convention. Delegates or something. All on one ballot, or each on something. There's a lot to be said. Well, the one thing that I'm concerned about is that the chair race first, then somebody who lost that might not do that. True. I see why you did that. Yeah, go backwards.
Bobby, submit your vote.
I would like to remind my other half to submit his vote, please.
You're on this. Oh, that's what time. 7 people who have not voted. And I subtracted y'all because you're not voting.
Yeah, it's getting unfair to feel this late.
We have a few minutes. Pimp products, candidates. Pimping ain't easy, but we need to do it. Whatever you do.
Yeah, I'm going to take a few minutes, but I'll be right back.
Hey, Randy, you're tech support, right? Tech support? Are you tech support?
Are you going to make our motion?
No, I'm going to ask the question about the form.
Jesse.
And you can ask about it when you give speeches. When are they going to update the form?
Oh, you mean the spreadsheet?
If it's going to be updated by business day tomorrow.
And when do we elect next?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to.
And then if you want to follow me and ask if we're going to give speeches,
Well,
or you
the
can
main
wait
thing
for
is,
tomorrow.
Even if we update the form, if people don't have a laptop here, are they going to give us a written
Yeah.
tells me
Yeah.
about?
Exactly.
Oh, no. Oh, that's okay.
So what used was going to be easy, now all of a sudden it's going to be dull.
You have my ballots. Yes, it's trying to keep all the papers together.
Folks, we still have 6 people who have not completed their email ballots. Pretty please, check your emails.
We need a way to introduce ourselves. So I don't think I don't think it's on the agenda.
But it's not up to date. The spreadsheet that shows who's applied. So, if where these people live, where they are, because I hate to see everybody from Harris County. I know that's not but still, I mean, it's going to get the dynamics are
Okay,
different.
all 13 that were passed out.
The select form does say county.
Yes, it does. But you got to have a copy of it. Oh, you mean like Texas map that shows our ability?
I gave her a paper ballot. I gave her a paper ballot.
And it also should have this county should have the name of the county. Because a bunch of boxes on a Texas map doesn't tell me really all the county. I mean, it's going to end up being an interesting vote. It was going to be a big deal. We got to get it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's fine. We've had plenty of time.
All right, last call for email ballots. We're going to close it in 30 seconds.
I haven't mentioned it, all the discussion about us being on a big part of this councilwoman this year.
I need you, babe.
I don't want to put
Sorry.
but it's a silver lining,
Hot mic, hot mic.
That's what he said.
Nope, this is a blue moon. I can make it happen. How about this? I'll say I'll give you a rain check if you want one after we adjourn. I'll give you one more. No, it wouldn't be one of these. I think that's just a convention pin. So these pins are a donor partner pin. When your donations since like, I don't know, like 2006 or something, reach a certain level, you have like an accumulation of donations as you go on. Honestly, I mean, with you being from out of state and traveling around, it might be a cool little thing to collect on the board of the different, I was going to say, this would be the cool one to wear up here. It's outright I think I have that pin at home. I think I know exactly what pin you're talking about. That's awesome. I wish we still had Outright around. I don't know if you know, but they left. Outright Libertarians, the organization that made the rainbow pin, they left. Yeah, after the Macy's takeover in Nashville, they left the entire party.
It's a small
It's on accident.
usually a
Can I say this with all the love in the world for you and appreciate having you? I really missed the party experience you had. He was one of the local PRPs. He was not libertarian at all, but he loved to our convention. He gave us discounts. And his whole thing was, I do these conventions for Republicans and Democrats and everyone else, and it's all scripted. Like none of it is, and y'all get in the weeds and actually fight. And I'm writing a book on parliamentary procedure, and I love coming to y'all's convention and research for my book. I forget his name. I can look it up and text you later. Yeah, but he's a local Texas parliament area. I'm sure he's in the yeah.
Well, there's a guy who's I think he should be the parliamentarian. It doesn't take long to know. The party and some other Republican groups, like Richard, some fire.
It could have been a Richard. I have to look. I think it could have been a Richard.
Money for real. Like,
I'll look it up and I'll text you.
I can't accurately predict.
They're not easy questions. There have been some I don't know if there have been some happening as we just get into the weeds because we come up with some hard ones. I feel partially responsible for that. I feel like I'm the driver.
I support it.
When did you start doing parliamentary service?
Right? You and I don't want me to go out there and tell people. So let's sit down and talk about it. I'm not asking you to lose money. I'm just saying, don't make your revenue today. It's not hard.
So, I mean, I personally, I've done I feel like we make votes, we make
The craziness on the bylaws.
Oh, you're a lawyer.
Go look at the Discord. Still public. Still public to me.
What was your specialty?
I just don't.
I tend to get impatient. And I get bitey. We have to raise money. We have to get it. I'm not a big fan of these
Yeah, no, that
candidates. I'm not a big fan of them.
That was my big
legislature may not be.
If you don't like me because of this, why people like yeah, ice cold.
I feel like it's one of those areas I've been down in I could have enjoyed.
No. There's no business. Runs. You can't get yard signs, you can't get websites, you can't, none of that works. You can't come up with that.
I mean, I understand it's hard to get to it.
I was like, wait a minute, piece of it. I mean, I know.
But I do think we've done a lot better. When I came into the party, it was like, opportunity, and so it was election and midterms, right? Yeah, I just got to read midterm 2022. But I was just like, they're not going to be able to read the numbers. No way. But I don't see necessarily the situation. I mentioned issues, but again,
I'd say get me sometime after I release, after I
Start from the, so I would start from the treasurer.
Yeah. About the time I announce Paul and calls like that, I'm going to dump the numbers and all that. I'll start that. Okay. Wow, that's kind of loud. If I can get y'all's attention, please, for just a minute. Seriously, could I just get everybody's attention for just a second? Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful thing. Okay, I want to announce the results of our election for party office. Our new treasurer, Robert Radford. Nolan Schmidt for secretary. Paul Dar for vice chair. And you're stuck with me for 2 more years. Is anybody besides me just sort of like somewhere between impressed and don't know what to say that we're actually quitting early? Like I want to thank the entire delegation, the entire convention body for what has been an unexpectedly smooth day in the trenches, and we got another big day tomorrow, but thank everybody for your cooperation and support. And
point of inquiry?
Yes.
I have a point so you mentioned the SLEC forms
yes.
that people are turning in. As of an hour ago, I did mine last night, but
Good.
The website has not been updated in terms of showing you the people's responses.
It's not showing the list?
It's an incomplete list. My name's not on there, and I did it last night. So is that going to be updated by the time we hit business
It
day
should
tomorrow?
automatically. Oh, hang on just a second. Mr. Kyle Russell, where's paging our, yeah. Do you know anything? She's saying that it doesn't look like the SLEC form Google Sheet is updating. Is that, do you know anything about that, or is that a scrolling issue, or like what's the, does it look complete to you? Okay, while he's working on that, then, yes, Ms.
Yes.
Dr. Root?
I have a point of personal privilege. Mary Ruart from Burnett County. Yes.
Go ahead.
I know many people weren't at my talk last night, and I wanted to let everyone know that there's going to be a special event in Austin. Liberty International is holding a one-day longevity basically seminar with really top-notch people. And the only way you can find out more about it, because we don't have all the details yet, is to sign up on our sheet that is in the Liberty International booth. And
Okay.
it's only going to be there for tonight, so please sign up if you want more information, because it's going to be really impressive.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Thank you, Dr. Root. I don't know if everybody heard that, but there's a one-day thing that Liberty International is doing coming up. They're a great organization doing great work. They have a table out here, and they have a sign-up sheet if you're interested in attending this one-day seminar, workshop.
Well, you know, if you get on our mailing list, you'll automatically...
I'm sorry, I need everybody to tone it down a lot, and then
I'll try to
Doc,
speak
if you
up.
can get the mic, get up on the microphone.
Yes, okay. How about this?
There you go.
All right. So, Liberty International is having a very special event in Austin on November 7th. It's about longevity. We have top-notch people coming in. I mean, it's one way to get rid of our enemies is to outlive them. So, we're going to be talking about that. And I really need for anyone who's interested in that or other things that Liberty International is doing to sign up tonight at our booth because we don't have all the details yet, so I can't tell you all the details at this point in time.
Yeah.
And also, Liberty International is going to be making a documentary about my life, which is...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of...
Right.
I mean, yeah, I didn't expect that. But
Yeah.
anyhow, you'll get information about that as well.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. That sounds awesome. We have a few more minutes if we want to do that, and also entertain a motion to adjourn. But if anybody has something else, I'm sorry. Well, oh, okay.
Nathan Polsky, Lamar County, just on behalf of the convention committee.
Just to let everybody know, this evening, once we adjourn, assuming we actually get a motion for that.
Guys, hold on, personal privilege. Please, if you need to crosstalk, go outside, go in the back lounge. We are still in session. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Polsky, please, what?
I guess I'm going to eat this mic.
Yeah.
So when we adjourn for today, we're going to be closing these air walls over here in preparation for the national chair debate at 6 o'clock, which will be in that room. We'll have somebody outside making sure that you have paid for a ticket. And then they'll be in there from 6 to 7, and after that, we'll have our gala across the hall. We will also be locking this room shortly after we adjourn. We'll give people some time to walk around and still look at the silent auction stuff, but we want to lock it up because, well, there's a lot of expensive things over there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Darren Pollock, Guadalupe County. I move to adjourn.
Is that, you okay? Yep. Okay. For the day, we would be adjourning for the day. We will resume tomorrow morning. And anybody, well, let's just go to vote. We'll vote it up now. All in favor of adjourning, please raise your hand. Recessing for the day. Recessing until tomorrow morning would be a better way to state that. Anybody who does not want to recess at this time, I think we're done. Everybody go do something fun.
Delegation chairs, please collect the voter buttons from your delegation, put them back into the bag, and return them to credentials. Delegation leaders, collect your voter buttons, back to credentials, and we'll hand them back out tomorrow morning.